Hello and welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, as we will indeed wrap up the season with the final match review. And I do have to say, I thought this was a highly entertaining game here. It is technically a post-season friendly match between Barça and the A-League All-Stars, but I think in front of goal, there was some really good quality today, plenty of exciting moments in the game, and it just got me thinking that although you think these end-of-season, pre-season games, the players are going to be tired, it's not going to be much of a spectacle, but I think in terms of if you wanted to go and see a game, a pre-season kind of game, it's probably better to see one at the end of the season, because the players today, for me, they were still match sharp, they were still looking pretty fresh in terms of the passing, in terms of the speed of the game, and what we saw was 3 goals from Barça. We did concede 2 as well. There was a goal apiece for either team from Adama, Traore, and what we are going to be discussing is the impact from Ansu, Fati, and his goal to win the game. It is all coming up right here. Let's do it. Because indeed, coming live from Sydney, it was a fantastic atmosphere inside the stadium tonight in Australia. 70,000 fans in attendance, very, very nearly full capacity there. And it was a really, really good occasion. The Barça anthem was ringing around the stadium at the beginning, at the end of the game as well. The players going around, giving some shirts away. It was a really good feeling. And in terms of the starting lineup, it was very, very interesting to see a few of the Barcelona B players getting their opportunity throughout this game. Ter Stegen it was who started in goal, but he only played for the first half. Balde getting an opportunity at left back. Samuel Umtiti getting a rare start there at the back, and Luke de Jong and Adama Traore up front as their loans with the club are now set to come to an end. And I thought Barca did start the game with a lot more purpose, to be honest, than we have seen in probably the last 2 league games. There was an early shot on goal for Alejandro Balde. Xavi there was working the ball out to the left-hand side. Balde got forward quite a lot. He had a bit of a spark about him. I thought he was lively in this game, and he did have a good shot there on goal that the goalkeeper had to save to keep him out. And I thought Xavi, throughout that first half, he was looking to create chances. He had a few shots as well on goal throughout the game. He crosses it in there. Araujo getting up to head one just wide from the short corner. And you know what Gavi's like. This was no friendly to him. He does not know the meaning of the word friendly. He was flying into tackles. He was playing there at maximum intensity. He knows nothing else, and I don't really think he will ever change. So Gavi's certainly one of the standout players in this game. Ter Stegen pulled off a good save there, because I have to say, the A-League All-Stars, I don't believe they've had too long together in terms of gelling and organisation and all that stuff, but they did today, unfortunately, cause us problems. Ter Stegen with a really good fingertip save there, tipping it around the right-hand post. Barca getting off some shots of their own in that first half, but to be honest, the majority of them, they were going everywhere. There was a lot of shots there that were ballooning over the bar. Dembélé put a few wide at the target. Adama had a vicious effort from long range that just flew wide there of the left-hand post. Pretty close in the end, that one. And Xavi had one that went way, way over the bar. But eventually, in that first half, we did get the opening goal. We got ourselves on the score sheet. It was Barca who won the ball back in a really key area. Busquets it was with the interception. He releases Xavi then, who moves the ball quickly onto Dembélé, and this time on his left foot there from close range. He does find the finish across the goalkeeper. It goes in off the post, and Ousmane Dembélé scoring on what, of course, may be his final game in a Barcelona shirt, and Barca going into half-time with a score at 1-0. Having said that, though, in the second half, things did take a rather dramatic turn indeed, because Arnau Tenas came on for Ter Stegen, and pretty much immediately there was problems for the Barca defence. The ball got played in behind there. Potentially, you could say that Arnau Tenas could come off his line and get the ball, but Balde does recover in the end. He gets back in there, but the A-League All-Stars get their shot away. Tenas does make the save with his foot, and Araujo looks to be getting back in there. We think we've saved the goal, but it does end up trickling over the line. It goes in, they get themselves level, but that wasn't all, because the problems for Barca certainly did not end there. Defensively, particularly in that second half, there were some moments where we were just all at sea, where we were pushing high up the field, where we were committing men, but at the back, it was just like, yeah, do whatever you want. Umtiti was being dragged out of position, you got Balde who went forward, and I think the A-League All-Stars certainly did, to be fair, take advantage of that space. They were running into it there, they made sure they got themselves in 2-on-1 situations, they worked the ball well, and certainly here, great finish it was from Adama Traore. And that's right there. He came on in the first half, and it's funny because he was actually marking Adama Traore. This was the Adama Traore derby, and we all witnessed it, and it was brilliant. But at that stage, the A-League All-Stars did lead by 2-1 on the hour mark there. Balde went off, Alba on, Alvaro Sanz went off for Aranda. He was certainly a player that came on and had a real impact in the game. We're going to talk about that. And Aubameyang on for Luke de Jong, and it could have got worse for us, to be fair. Araujo misses a tackle on the edge of his own box, then Umtiti goes and falls over the ball. He tried to clear it, I've no idea what he was doing. He falls over it, and suddenly then the A-League All-Stars very nearly make it 3-1, but Barça get away with it. And then it was over to our Adama Traore, because then it was his chance on the edge of the box there. He uses that pace to sort of shift the ball quickly. They can't stay with him. He gets his shot away at goal. It's on target. Goalkeeper, to be fair, saves it, but it loops up. He can't quite keep it out with the power. It loops up in the air. It ends up going into the back of the net. Not the prettiest goal ever, but I am personally quite glad that Adama Traore has at least ended his loan spell here with the goal to his name. He had that little bit of a moment, and like I say, facing off against his namesake today, both of them ending with a goal apiece. Before then, it was time for Ansu Fati and his arrival into the game, and as soon as he came on, instant impact. And there is something special about the fact that when he can come on, he can so dramatically change everything in that attack. Because already then Alba was finding him in the box. He had one that went just wide of the post. And then moments later, phenomenal run. Like I say, Aranda came on. I thought he was really good with the ball. He had some nice touches. He uses his body really well there. You can see him when he's running with it. He's able to use it and sort of maneuver his way around challenges. He works his way into the box, cuts inside, and then Ansu thinks, I'll have this. That's sat up nicely for me. And what he does next, you can't argue with him, because he takes on that ball and it's like a laser finish. Before you know it, back of the net, job done. Barça have the lead, and Ansu absolutely fantastic. He had another chance as well. Dembélé playing him in there, just a fingertip save in the end that denies him another goal. But when he came on, he could have had 3 goals. That was how effective he was in the final third. And Ansu Fati showing us all what we want to see next season. We've seen glimpses of it, we've seen lots of promise, and we just hope now that he can stay fit. He's been called up for the Spanish national team, and it was just fantastic here to wrap up the season in the very final game. Final minutes, and Ansu Fati getting himself a goal. We still, though, to be fair, could have conceded. A-League All-Stars did hit the post. They were very, very close to equalising again. Also, Arnau Tenas pulling off a very solid save to deny them. But in the end, we just about got the job done. Big defensive questions. We know that over the summer we've got to address that, and we simply must do that if we're even going to be competing next season. It's a priority for us. A lot is going to change about this team, but today it was a fun occasion. It was an entertaining clash on Australian soil, and Barça have got the job done courtesy of that Ansu Fati winner. I hope all of you guys enjoyed the final match, the final minutes of our campaign. And for all of you today who are actually in attendance inside the stadium in Sydney, I hope you had a great time seeing Barca live. And of course, our next games now are going to actually be in the United States at the start of pre-season. And I will see you soon, guys, with all of the news throughout the summer. It's going to be a busy one. It's going to be a big one. And we will be staying up to date with it all. Thank you indeed for joining me here today and for all of your support throughout this campaign in so many ways. I will see you soon. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.